He'll pitch it. He gets nothing. Nowhere to go, and it'll be 4th down.
And that's an interesting call by this offense, man. Like, they go with the run, try to maybe catch them off guard, pick up.
Hang on just a second. I think they're going to try to get the touchdown here. Man, this could be a gamble, guys. They could come up empty. Trying play action. That ball is intercepted at the goal line. Past the 50. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown Sooner. This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone.
And the defense sets the tone early in this football game. We're still in the first quarter, and this is looking like they're putting a complete game together. Offense scoring, defense scoring. Palmer, they're up 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, you got to give this coaching staff credit. They have their guys ready to go, and this is what you call firing on all cylinders early in a game.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. Fielded in the end zone, it's Alexander. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. He'll toss it. Not a lot of room there. Give him a couple to the 16.
Well, this defense knew coming into the game they were going to see the option, and they didn't know exactly how it was going to look specifically. They've seen it a few times early in this game. They've given up some yards, but it looks like
there's some room. Makes it past the marker. They bring him down. A big gain on the option, and they will challenge your ability to tackle in space.
And that's exactly how you draw it up. And that's why the option's so hard to stop. QB, man, draw the defense in. Look at me. I'm the first option. Bam. Next thing you know, he pitches it, gets a positive gain down the field. They
finally corral him, but he turns that into a big gain and a 1st down. Now on 1st and 10 from the 35. On the option. The pitch. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
Positive plays. That's all you're looking for here in the option game. Not everything is going to be a 70-yard touchdown run, obviously, but if you can pick up positive yardage like that, and the quarterback makes good decisions, pitching it.
There he goes. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down. And the Rebels racing to the line in the hurry-up. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. Touchdown, Rebels! Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
There's really never any doubt with this guy. The coaching staff always talks about his leadership and his mental toughness. That was a bad interception on the opening drive, but he's able to turn the page and show you his short-term memory and just come out and stay aggressive, sling it around a little bit, and this offense is able to answer with a touchdown of their own.
And how nice is it if you're a coordinator to have a guy like that you can depend on? Like, he doesn't dwell on the one mistake. He doesn't let it turn into 2. A lot of times you can see that snowball effect, man. Just a nice bounce back for him individually and for this offense to put the early turnover behind him.
They'll start on the ground with Xavier Robinson. Didn't find a lot of room. Let's give him 2 out to the 20.
I think there's a couple schools of thought in how you run the football and how you throw the football. Like, some people say, I run the football to set up the throw, right? To get people aggressive. But this offense kind of took it the other direction, right? They came out throwing the football, now soften them up. Now let's see if they can start to get that ground game going.
Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. Don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
Looking downfield, it's Mateer. Finds his man. He stopped right at the 22, and that'll bring us to 4th down. We reached the quarter break with Oklahoma on top. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. The Sooners looking to convert on 4th down. Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Guys, look at this. They're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th and long. Off the play fake. Unloads it downfield. The receiver was doubled, and they picked it off. Just a small return, but a big play as they have it now at the 45.
And this ball looks like it just got away from the quarterback. I think he made the right decision. He was going to the receiver that seemed open, but just not very active.
Looking for more room. Gain of 8 yards on the play. He's too short of the first down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The run inside. It's Ncaa. He tried to find some running room, but they get him stopped.
Yeah, you just feel like the running back's asking for redemption on that one. You know, 2nd and short, and you're giving him the football. He can't get the first himself. Now it's 3rd down. He's looking over on the sideline like, call it again, throw me the ball, I can go do.
Here's a little room there. Runs it into the house. Touchdown, Ole Miss.
And this offense runs the option. They didn't need the option. The quarterback does a great job understanding that what the defense is trying to do. He's got space. He takes it. Why pitch it when I don't have to? Makes the big, long, explosive touchdown play for this offense.
And the extra point is good. He'll bring it out. It's Ncaa. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. They've seen the good and the bad already. A touchdown on the opening drive, a pick on the second one, and now to try to get things back on track. Got it in the middle. It's Harris.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Flushed out of the pocket. Just gets rid of it before the heat. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it.
I'm impressed with this defense, man, because that QB is lightning fast. You see how fast that defender was able to get to him and force the incompletion? Wow.
Now the defense will try to keep them on this end on 3rd and short from the 21. They'll run play action. Here's the pressure. On the move, he fires. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Takes it the other way. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Rebels.
And this is exactly what you dream about for a defense. Forcing the big turnover, making the pick, and then putting points on the board yourself. Great play by the defense.
And the extra point splits the uprights. He'll bring it out. It's Ncaa. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game. Breaks into the open. He's at the 50. Inside the 30. The 10. Touchdown, Oklahoma. He got a step from the back for 6.
Man, it's nice to have a running back that can do that. That makes everything else easy on offense. Hey, hand it to that guy. He makes a big play. Yes, please.
Looks like he's going to bring it out. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. Rebels offense is back on the field. As productive as these two offenses have been early, you really can't afford an empty possession here. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line. The Rebels in the hurry-up.
And that would be the definition of first down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's 2nd and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot.
There's a crease. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down. Clock now inside 4 minutes as we're getting later in the first half.
Really nice run there, picking up the first down. Now they're right back up to the line of scrimmage, ready to go again.
Pressure coming. Fires to the big fella. At the 40, there he goes. They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33.
And you've really seen the evolutions of tight ends, man. These guys are no longer just big bodies that block like the extension of the offensive line. They're more like receivers, and I love when the quarterback gets it out of his hands, and then you just watch. They can make plays. They can run people over. They can now run around people. Like, so nice to have these tight ends.
They'll run the option. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Here comes the option. Now the toss. Oh, he's got some space. They'll make the tackle, but not before he's got enough to move the sticks and has this defense's head spinning with the option. The Rebels kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. He'll do it himself. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative.
Backs going for the goal line. Touchdown, Rebels. And they take it in for 6 more points.
The best running backs are the guys that can just sniff out the end zone. That running back showed you all of his freakish ability on that play.
And the extra point makes it a 28-21 score. They marched 79 yards on the drive, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. He'll bring it out. It's Ncaa. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. And makes the tackle at the 23 after he got 10.
Really nice run. This guy brings balance to this offense. It's not all high-flying aerial passing attack, too. You go back to Adrian Peterson, DeMarco Murray, Samaje Perine. They've always had guys in these spread-up tempo offenses that have been able to give them balance and force the defense to stay honest. That's exactly what this guy brings the Sooner offense.
They get him stopped after a gain of 4 out to the 28. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll run out of the gun. Here's Xavier Robinson. Down to 2 minutes to play. We'll take the timeout. They'll talk it over. A chance to tie or even take the lead before the break. They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. Now the play fake. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
finally a defense. Looks like they're able to break serve here. These offenses have been up and down the field now, these last two drives apiece, scoring points. But the sack right there finally puts an end to that, we think. Setting up fourth down, and that might be a major play so far in this game to give them a lot of momentum moving forward.
A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. They'll run the option. He'll toss it. And they just didn't get it. On that defense out of position, and they will lose yardage on that one.
Really good job by this defense, understanding responsibility football, playing the first option, playing the second option. There was absolutely nowhere to go. Nice job being dialed in exactly where the ball was going and how to get him to the ground.
Keep it on the ground. They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22. The Sooner fans booming. A cacophony of noise at the Palace on the Prairie on third down. Quarterback may change this route. And with this place rocking, the crowd forces a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Third down is coming. Now a little bit farther to go after the penalty. They make the stop. It'll be fourth down. The defense does have a timeout to use if they want to try to put up points before the half. And the Rebels decide to punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Now a timeout call by the Sooners. That's their first. They'll have two left to work with before the half. The kick is on its way. Just needs a crack to get a return. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. The sweet feet buy a little time. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Just enough time for one final play of the half. To the air, it's Mateer. Throws to the wideout. Grabbed in the middle, it's Sategna. They finally make the stop, and that's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. So the first half has come to a close. We'll take a break and head over to the halftime show. He'll put total leather and get this second half started. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So the Rebels come out to get this drive started. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go.
Snags it, and he's open. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there. off the play fake on first down to throw. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. And the Rebels will hustle to the line. Off play action. He's looking deep. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Bought a little time, lets it go. Another incompletion on third down.
Well, I know this offense came out here in the second half hoping to build on their one possession.
Guys, look at this. I'm surprised they're going to gamble and go for it here on fourth down. On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. And they can't connect. A costly turnover on downs.
That's a gutsy call, and I know the analytics world says to go for it more often, but when you're in your own territory and now you turn the football over to the other team, points are so much easier to get. Obviously, I know, Jesse, it didn't take a color commentator to figure that out.
Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. So important to keep your concentration. Get off on the snap count, not before it. It's 1st and 15. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Avant. They work that running game down to the 34. Let's give him 3 on the carry. High the chains now on 2nd and long. Here's a give to Robinson. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill with that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
On the move to the right and looking for a big one. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense.
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Dumps it to the back. The short hands, it's Frazier. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. The Rebels want to move quickly. Offense changing the play. In the gun, looking to throw on 3rd down. On target. Good effort, but he's going to come up a little bit short. It'll be 4th down and 1. They're getting to the line quickly and staying out there on 4th down. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. And it's going to be batted down. They'll turn it over on downs.
I know the analytics tell me to be aggressive and go for it, but in the second half, in these ball games, the analytics don't work for every single situation. And right now, you've set them up. I just hope this one doesn't come back to bite you right in the eye.
He'll be pulled down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line as they play a little pitch, catch, and run. They'll run it. It's Robinson. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
At first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on 2nd.
Gets the back moving. To the air, it's Mateer. Fires into the end zone. And that one's going to be incomplete. He was throwing for the touchdown, but just couldn't get the foot down in bounds. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. The extra point here would tie the game. And the extra point was good. No incident there, and we are tied up in the third. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a one-yard plunge. Fielded in the end zone. It's Alexander. He's got great speed. He's on the loose. There he goes. Open it up. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. That dude ought to have a lethal sticker on his helmet. Anytime he touches it, it can be a score. He touched it, and it was.
No doubt. Unbelievable speed. And if you're back deep for a kickoff, obviously, you've got those wheels. But to be able to get through, and then guess what? No flags. You know it's going to count. Great job by the special teams being special.
Coming out with it, it's Bowen. And the ball is loose on the return. It's recovered by the kicking team, and they'll steal a possession. Here comes the Ole Miss offense onto the field. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the fourth down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
And those are frustrating because you think you might get points, and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand, safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
He's going to lose a yard on that one. Field goal unit's not coming out here, guys. I think they're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th and long. He might want another play. The play action fake. Rushes on him. It's a fumble on the play. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business. And how about this defense snatching at least a chance for victory away from the jaws of defeat?
And I just love the effort, too, Reese. I mean, this has been a long, hard-fought type game. It's been a physical game, and a lot of these guys on defense, they played a lot of snaps. They are tired, but in this situation, you're seeing the effort. The guys flying around, creating a fumble. Boy, it does not get better than that.
To the air, it's Mateer. That's reeled in, it's Hansen. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Handoff, Robinson running left. Got enough for the first. Flying out to the left. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Oklahoma. Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house.
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the second level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear, with his speed, he was gone.
Extra point here will tie the game. And they did make the extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the third. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And he finished things off racing 63 yards to the end zone. Fielded in the end zone, it's Alexander. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. get this drive going from the 17. Wide receiver going in motion. Coming out on first down with the play fake. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Got 7 yards on the play. It's 3rd and 3.
Obviously, this quarterback is a huge part of their rushing attack, and you've seen that early in this game. He's been very, very productive running the ball. Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes it's on scrambles like what you just saw. But with his speed, he makes it so difficult on a defense.
Good effort, but he's going to come up a little bit short. It'll be 4th down and 1. Offense still out there, lining up quickly on 4th down. We've reached the end of the 3rd quarter, and we have a potential classic on our hands, all tied up as we take a peek at the stats. Going for it on 4th down late in a tie game. This is a huge play. Frazier again. He's got enough for the 1st down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. The Rebels come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll send the back in motion. Here's a give to Frazier. Plows through the defense. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. And the Rebels moving quickly to the line.
One of the things you love about this running back is his physicality. He's got great...
He wants to go deep. Leaping grab for a big gain. He's got the sidelines going nuts as he gets it down to the 18-yard line. And the Rebels come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. The Rebels now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. To the air on 2nd down. Unleashes one deep. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
This defense continues to do a great job of not letting a great athlete at quarterback make big plays on them. Great job pursuing him, keeping him in that cage, not letting him get out in the open field because we know he can do some damage. Nice job by this defense so far.
Showing the arm strength to the left. He's got it way down the field. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. Trying to run, it's Lindsey. Touchdown, Rebels! They move on top here in the 4th. The Rebels surge back on top. They'll try to add another to their lead. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he stopped right there. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and
finding some room. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
I love the play call running the football here in the fourth quarter because with the score what it is right now, everything is at your disposal on offense. You are not panicking. This isn't throw every single down, all of a sudden 2-minute air raid type stuff. You can run the ball. You can do all of your stuff, personnel, shifting, motioning. You just got to be very, very careful and absolutely cannot turn it over.
Now a timeout called by the Sooners. That's their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Back to pass, it's Mateer. Safe completion on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. They not only have to deal with this defense, but the noise from this crowd on 3rd and 4. They'll run the screen. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down. They've got it at the 40.
You know, and that's why this guy can play 1st, 2nd, and 3rd down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. And they're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but you're seeing it specifically on this drive.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Here comes the heat. He's on the move. On the move at the 30. He steps out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Big pickup on the ground, and they're rolling.
You're trailing in the fourth quarter. It's so hard to get drives together because the clock starts to be your enemy. Really heads-up play by the quarterback. Getting the first down, get out of bounds, and stop the clock.
Going to the run, it's Robinson. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues.
And I think offense is showing they are willing to run the football, even if they don't get big gains. Just those body blows that can sometimes wear out a defense and keep the balance on offense so I can be explosive.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Xavier again. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. Dropping back, it's Mateer. Oh, they're after him. Touchdown Sooners! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. The Sooners come down and score one of their own. And the extra point was good, and we are all tied up in the 4th. They march 79 yards on the drive, and the capper on that drive, the 10-yard touchdown run. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Brings a return out across the 25, gets a couple of extra yards. He stopped at the 27-yard line. This drive will start at their own 27-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
And that's luxury for this offense to be in right now. They don't have to be in so much of a hurry. They can still run the football, be successful. Great chance right here knocking on the door to take the lead.
Back to pass. That one comes out hot down the right side. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38. They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the first down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. There is no evidence whatsoever that either one of these offenses will bog down at any point in this game.
As a former quarterback, Reese, I'm impressed because both of these offenses right now are executing at such a high level.
The Rebels can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking to fire. Pocket breaking down. Oh, the ball popped out. That's a way to mess up a drive. He picks up the fumble, but they'll blow it dead right there. And remember, at this stage of the game, the only person who can advance a fumble for the offense is the fumbler. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Looking to throw on first down. Gets rid of it. Firing to the right, complete. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Run in the red zone. It's Frazier. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. Wants to throw and not much time to work with. Makes the grab on the left. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
These third downs are so critical in deciding the outcomes of football games, especially when you start to get closer to the end zone. You drill it, you practice it. This offense needs to be dialed in, needs to be in rhythm, and needs to execute on this third down.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. On the option. Quick toss. And that one will go in reverse. The defense all over that pitch on the option. They get the timeout call with 7 seconds left on the clock. A tie game here late, and they do not want to give up this football. They'll go for it on fourth down. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. They get the timeout called with 7 seconds left on the clock. Now wait just a second here. I don't see the kicker coming out. I think they're going to go for it here. Quarterback making adjustments. Fourth down, gotta have it here. They're working that left side. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. We'll get it started here in overtime. Off the play fake on first down. Bring in the heat. And he will wisely throw it to the kid playing the tuba.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Trying play action. Under fire. Find some time.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Dropping back, it's Mateer. It's complete to the left. Picks up enough to give them first and 10 from the 11.
Well, it's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out on the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
And the quarterback will be forced out of bounds short of the line of scrimmage. I think they'll give him a sack.
Listen, he's running for his life. I get it. The QB gets scrambled outside the pocket. I just like to see him flick it out of bounds real quick. Counts as an incompletion, and no sack, no loss of yardage. Live to fight another down.
Wants to fire on second down. Moving out to the right. Not a lot of room there. He'll pick up a few before he's forced out of bounds.
Nice job by the defense. You got to dial into your keys. You got to make sure you're reading those guys up front. They did a good job. They saw it. They pulled the trigger. They knew the quarterback had it. They weren't fooled. Strung it out. Did a nice job of limiting the damage with that QB run.
And he'll sail it way too far for everybody.
Once you start to get down here towards the goal line, it's so much more difficult to throw the football. And you really...
Field goal unit's not coming out here, guys. I think they're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th and long. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's brought down, couldn't find anybody and get rid of the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. All right, guys, so here we go in overtime, and just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And you want to play defense first because you want to know what you need. That's a key philosophical approach for most teams when it comes to overtime, David.
Yeah, and remember the rule change a couple years ago, too, and the second overtime and two-point conversion. So all this stuff is situational type football that you better have worked on throughout these weeks of the season. Yeah, when you get penetration by that defense right away, and there's no way to cut at all for that back, he gets destroyed right away. No way that play was going to be successful. Way too much penetration.
Last play was a near disaster. Now dealing with 2nd and 13. Back to pass. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Oh, it's a fumble. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. Now first down here in the second overtime. Trying to start the drive with a pass. A little screen to the running back. Turning it on. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped. This thing has been back and forth. Now 1st and goal as they try to take the lead in overtime number 2. They want to throw it. Flips it out on the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning.
And that's a really good play by this defense because you want to run a screen offensively when they're blitzing. When they bring pressure, you can throw it right over the top, get it to them, get some space, but they stayed home just enough there to make the play and get the tackle for a loss.
Good throwing catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. 3rd and goal, and you really hate to settle for a field goal with the first possession in an overtime period. Off the play fake. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. He can't make the connection. It'll be incomplete. He can scramble but couldn't create anything there.
And this is the part of the field, man, you really got to have a plan because these windows get smaller and you're trying to fit that ball into the end zone. It's difficult to do. Quarterback, receivers, they got to be on the same page.
And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
Down by a field goal and a touchdown will win it. Let's see what they've got on 1st down. Looking to throw, it's Mateer. Here's a hit. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19.
Defense is all about creating negative plays, and he does a really good job at the quarterback spot of not taking sacks. Like, that's a great job. He wants to throw the football. The clock goes off. He takes off and gets a positive gain.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Finds us back in the middle. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, he was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
First down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on third down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on third down.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and goal. He wants it all. And that one was way too far for anybody to catch, except ticket holders.
And this is the hardest part of the field to execute a 3rd and long. Everybody drops back now, and they're just covering the red zone area. So little space to cover. But the good news is now 4th and long makes the decision easy. Kick the field goal.
So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. Splits the uprights right down the middle. And guys, after that field goal, brand new ball game, all tied up. So here we go, dueling 2-point conversions from this point forward. They'll run with Robinson. They got it done with the 2, and now they hold the edge deep in overtime.
It's all about mental toughness. That's impressive there to get the 2-point play, and now you're putting it on your defense. Can they rise up to the occasion, David, make a play and end this thing?
Man, and that's what you're doing. You're trying to get energy from them. You're walking over there to them. Guys, we just need one stop. One stop and we walk out of here a winner. I know you're exhausted. Just give me one more play.
They'll try to run it with Frazier. And another answer. We're tied again, and let's keep playing, kids. Let's do it again, guys, shall we? And we'll see just how far down the play sheet they have to go for this 2-point try. Barrels ahead. They're stopped on the 2-point try, and we are still tied. They broke serve. Now a chance to win it with a 2-point conversion.
22, 95-96 Bridge. 95-96 Bridge. Right.
Looking downfield, it's Mateer. They can't convert. That short yardage, condensed area, nobody got the 2, and we play on. Two-point conversion attempt is coming.
Booster, booster. Sweet, sweet.
He's looking to throw. They are stopped on the 2-point try, and now it'll be up to the defense. They got the stop, now to win it with a 2. They'll try to run it with Frazier. They can't get it in. Neither team can get the 2, and we'll play another overtime. Here comes the two-point try. Motion from the wideout. Working that left side now. Tremendous execution to get the two, and now they turn up the heat. This will be the ball game. Make it and play on, miss it and lose. Here's Xavier Robinson. They can't convert. A great stop by the defense and a game-winning one here in overtime.